What's going on, YouTube? Coming at you with another video. Give you some thoughts regarding you know, crypto right now. This channel I like to talk about crypto a lot, but and different things, but we're gonna talk about crypto real quick, okay? There's no secret that I've been talking about IND for a while. It's a contract that I like. I actually love. Gandiji.io. It's just been great. The developer recently, within the last 36 hours, just dropped a new contract to expand the ecosystem, the IND ecosystem, to basically complement IND. The difference is that this new contract, will be staking Bitcoin. You have to, have wrap Bitcoin to be able to interact with the new contract, but it'll effectively be staking Bitcoin. Now, let's put the cards on the table, man. This is game over. This is game over, man. This is game over. You're talking about Bitcoin. You're not talking about anything else. You're talking about the first cryptocurrency that was introduced to the world. You're talking about Bitcoin. Okay? And the reason why I'm excited about this is because for those who don't know, there have been articles written daily for months about companies, private companies that have been buying up thousands of Bitcoins per day. Grayscale, for example, MicroStrategy just dropped upwards of $425 million to purchase Bitcoin. Stone Ridge this week just dropped $115 million to purchase Bitcoin. Now, these are telling signs. These are telling signs. For those who don't know, Bitcoin is considered to be the hardest asset ever created. Finite, 21 million scarce. 4 to 6 million have been lost. A bunch of Bitcoin is already locked and stored away. It kept in wallets. Some Bitcoin have even been stored in mountains. And when you have companies and corporations who are gobbling up thousands of Bitcoin per day, it's easy to see where this is going. It's easy to see where this is headed. This is the big boy leagues. Big boy leagues. When you have $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin that's locked on the Ethereum blockchain, upwards of 130,000 BTC Bitcoins are wrapped in the Ethereum blockchain, we could see where everything is headed. And now the developer Sunny introduced Wrap Bitcoin to help everybody who's interested to stake Bitcoin. And within the last 36 hours, the contract reached $1.9 million. $1.9 million worth of Bitcoin, which is still nothing but a blip, not even a blip on the radar. Because you're talking about a DApp space that's incredibly small, very minimal amount of users. They say only 100 million people are interacting with crypto in the world, and the DApp space is even smaller. Ethereum dApps are even smaller. You have different blockchains that deal with dApps, but this is about Ethereum. This is about this new Wrap BTC contract, and not particularly about the contract. I'm not really gonna expound too much about that. I'm expounding because it's an exciting time to help people who are at the bottom stake Bitcoin. You don't even have to buy expensive machines to mine these things and spend an untold amount of money on electric bills. And you have to deal with noise and upkeep and maintenance and possibly upgrade these rigs. You're staking it. The contract is staking it for you. And the part about it that bring disappointment is how much hate. And I understand, how much hate that's being thrown towards the creator of the contract. And I get it because people are just caught in their feelings. It's sad though. And you know why it's sad? Because people who've been in crypto, and not only been in crypto for 3 to 4 years, but who've also been in IND, unfortunately, have become extremely critical and even hateful towards the creator of this contract. Why, I have no idea. It makes absolutely no sense. And there is absolutely no excuse. Because if anything, people would actually understand, based on how IND has worked, the data doesn't lie, the code doesn't lie. You have 2.5 years to prove how this functions. And now we have the opportunity to earn Bitcoin through staking and go against these corporations that are trying to become centralized, that are centralized in nature anyway. But imagine owning 1% of anything. Grayscale owns 1% of Bitcoin. Imagine. And Sonny is trying to level the playing field. Sonny is for the people. Some people will say, I'm a Gandhiji guy, I'm a Gandhiji guru. I don't even care. Because I respect the man for what he's done. I respect the work. I respect the code. I respect how he's trying to lift people out of poverty, out of deprivation, and introduce an opportunity for people to be free. There's nothing to sneeze at. This is the big boy leagues. He introduced Bitcoin into the fold. Can you imagine? Can y'all open your eyes and step away from your feelings and deal with the facts here? Forget your feelings. Deal with the facts. That'll take you far. It's just been sad. I've been watching in the last 36 hours all the hate that's been coming towards this man, all the hate that's been coming even towards the community. It just shows you how people don't want you to be. It's not even about people not wanting you to be wealthy. They don't want you to have more than them. The crabs in the barrel mentality is so thick and is so real. Folks do not want you to have more than they do, or else they will hate you. They will be jealous. They will be envious, and they will betray you at the drop of a dime. And it shows, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but me personally, I can't allow that type of feeling to fester in my system, because we have this piece of technology that is so sound that it works autonomously. IND stakes Ethereum, and now the second contract is staking Bitcoin, the two premier blockchains. There are companies and governments that are throwing money at Bitcoin and Ethereum. What does that tell you? They're not talking about other blockchains. And there's no disrespect to the other blockchains and the other communities. I'm just dealing with facts. Separate facts from feelings. That's what this is about. Separating facts from feelings. And you know what's even crazier? Shout out to Crypto Crow, because he put a link in his Telegram group. And in that link, he mentioned a link to Ethereum Gold. He put a link in the Telegram group. And in that link, he mentioned that he is up $8,000 from yesterday. That means he accrued, his participation allowed him to accrue $8,000 in one day. That's nothing to sneeze at. But folks want to now downplay these efforts that this man has done, the developer has done, to expand the community and give people an opportunity. These people want to downplay what, the developer has done. And all he's done is just to complement what's already been working, to give people a greater exposure to Bitcoin, and allow the Bitcoin community to possibly even see an opportunity here. I mean, let's be for real here, people. We're in a pandemic. Like, earning crypto during the worldwide global economic financial uncertainty and hardship, health crisis, etc. The US dollar is being weakened through quantitative easing, fractional reserve, inflation, hyperinflation, whatever you want to call it, negative yield, negative interest, whatever you want to call it. There's $700 million dollars worth of Ethereum in the Uniswap decentralized exchange. If 1% of that 700 million touched this contract, it would be up 7 million worth of Bitcoin. So the contract right now would be at what, maybe 3x of what the value is right now, a little bit over 3x, and it would still be under the radar. It would still, do we not see the potential of what's going on here? As recent as a few days ago, I hadn't checked, but as recent as Sunday, there was 131,000 Bitcoins locked on the Ethereum blockchain, and that number is growing. Instead of really appreciating and congratulating the foresight that the developer had, and really supporting, rallying behind what works, the community wants to throw hate. The community wants to throw vitriol at him and the Gandhiji IND community. For what? What does that bring you? It brings you virtually nothing. And what's even more sad and disappointing, again, is when people who were in IND and who have actually profited from the contract are expressing displeasure towards this new contract because they're caught up in their feelings and don't know how to really separate facts from feelings. Come on now. Let's really wake up, calm down, let cooler heads prevail, and really see the limitless potential that's lying in front of us. We're talking about staking Bitcoin, baby. It's game over. Staking Bitcoin, man. Come on now.